Hello, everybody. There are only 4 left standing. It is the first of the World Cup semi-finals. It's Argentina versus Croatia kicking off in just under 15 minutes' time. Come and join us for all the action tonight. We're going to be reacting to everything that goes on over the next 90 or indeed 120 minutes, or indeed even longer, with both of these two sides going through on penalty shootouts in the quarterfinals. You can see it ticking along down there. Argentina, that ridiculous draw with the Netherlands that we watched here on the channel, ended in penalties. Croatia, sensationally coming back to knock out favourites Brazil in the quarterfinals to get here. They have quite the pedigree, not just Croatia, but of course Argentina as well. Do get your hellos in the chat. Wolves, FI, welcome. Hamza, popping in to say up the baggies. Well, there you go. After last night, good win for them last night. Ewan, welcome. Ian, welcome. Vindaloo, welcome. Keep that chat going. I suppose we can go straight to pre-game predictions as well. Get them in for me. You may want me to go through the teams and whatnot first, and get that chat moving. Let me know how you see this one panning out. We'll go to Q&A at half-time if you do particularly want to talk about England, which some of you might, but we'll try and focus in on this game as we come up towards kickoff. Remember the other semi-final, France v Morocco, after the French, of course, knocked us out on Saturday night. Right, let's do the teams then. As ever, let me know who you're looking forward to seeing in both of these lineups. Obviously, we have 2 very big names, one on each team that are kind of the leaders, but it's not just a supporting cast. The game won't necessarily be won by Modric or by Messi. So the rest of the supporting cast, Emi Martinez saved a couple of penalties, saved the first 2 penalties, in fact, in the shootout. Seemed pretty hyped up as well in the quarterfinal. The Villa keeper, as was Nahuel Molina, who scored, didn't he? I believe, was that the opening goal where Messi slipped him through the right wing back. He was playing right wing back. Foot Mob has got us in a 4-3-1-2 tonight, so we'll see. Does look, looking at that personnel, like Argentina will be going with a back 4 tonight. Christian Romero of Spurs is the right-sided centre-back. And Nicolas Otamendi is the left-sided centre-back of Benfica. Another Nicolas Tagliafico. He starts at left-back. Did not start. It was Acuna down the left-hand side in the last game for the Argentines. In the centre of midfield, Alexis McAllister of Brighton. He's had a great World Cup, hasn't he? Leandro Paredes and Enzo Fernandez. That is your midfield 3. And probably not too far away from them will be Rodrigo de Paul. It might get a bit narrow in there, mightn't it, of Atletico Madrid. Up top of Manchester City, Julian Alvarez, and the legend, the GOAT. We've run out of names for him. Lionel Messi, who is now on 4 goals. And it's basically a shootout now. Mbappe on 5, Messi and Giroud on 4. Unless we get someone banging 4 or 5 goals in the last 2 games that's not already on that list. We expect one of those guys to be the top scorers. On the bench for the Argentines, Correa, Di Maria, Martinez, Palacios, Rodriguez, Dybala, Almada, Vizela, Foyth, Martinez, Armani, and Rulli. Let's have a look at your comments. See who you are excited to see, predictions and whatnot. 1-0 Croatia. Mike, 2-1 Croatia. Are we doing extra time, Mike? Are we doing extra time tonight? If this goes to pens, who wins? God knows. Possibly Croatia. 2 in a row on penalties for the Croats. There you go. 1-1 in Croatia on pens. Croatia 2-1. Let me know who you're looking forward to seeing play, other than Messi and Modric, of course. Here's your Croatia team then. Dominik Livakovic in goal of Dinamo Zagreb. Right back is Josip Juranovic of Glasgow Celtic, indeed. Borna Sosa of Stuttgart is the left back. The very highly rated Josko Gvardiol of Red Bull Leipzig is the left-sided centre-back. And the evergreen Dejan Lovren of Zenit St. Petersburg is the other centre-half. Mateo Kovacic, having a good World Cup of Chelsea, is in central midfield. We know these three, don't we? Marcelo Brozovic and the great Luka Modric, aged 37, going on about 23, I think. What a player. Up top, down the middle, Andre Kramaric, who I believe you will remember. Where's my career stats? From Leicester City, if you can see there, 2015-16. Was that after they won the title? Wasn't there when they won the title, was he? No, it must be after. He is down the middle. Ivan Perisic, another Spurs player, a few on the pitch with Romero, obviously, as well on the opposing side. And Mario Pasalic of Atalanta. Let me know who you are looking forward to seeing out of those two sides as we hype up now. There's been so many Argentina fans, very passionate nation when it comes to their team. For sure, on the bench for the Croats, excuse me, Budimir, Petkovic, Livaja, Orsic, Maya, Sucic, Vlasic, Barisic, Vida, Stanisic, Sutalo, Jakic, Erlic, Ivusic, and Grubic. Let me know your thoughts on each and every player there we've discussed and how you see this one going. Is it as simple as the Messi versus Modric semi-final? We are about to find out, aren't we? Players lining up in the tunnel. Messi and Modric heading the line for both of their teams. Messi, in fact, walking down the line, asking the staff for something or other. Before I get asked, referee tonight, Daniele, you can see him there in the front of the screen, Orsato of Italy. If I'm reading that, there's not a little symbol in the middle that makes that a Mexican flag. It is an Italian flag. There we go. Good evening to Jay in the chat. Evening, Ben. Christmas tree is getting all annoyed. Back away a bit. There you go. Get that Christmas tree up, everybody. Get everything set. And enjoy the watch along with us tonight. We're on ITV1 HD and we're kicking off in just over 5 minutes. Here, get your comments in, get that chat moving. Those brackets, shall we bring them up? How these teams have managed their way through the tournament. Let me just click 2 buttons. And we will see the route for both through in the knockout phases there. Sorry, let me remove that beg of Wikipedia for me to give them some money. So you are looking up the very top for Argentina, who came through past Australia in the round of 16. Netherlands then in the quarterfinal. And just now, Croatia standing in their way from a final. They've been to many, haven't they, Argentina? 2014. They lost to Germany, didn't they? 98. Oh, then a big gap that was, wasn't it? I think all the way back to 1990. They were in the final. Obviously, they won it in 86, 82. They also won it in 78. So, quite the country when it comes to World Cup pedigree. But Croatia, in terms of their the size of their population and how relatively short they've been around in comparison to an Argentina. Amazing. Semi-finalists, obviously, in 98. Finalists in 2018. Semi-finalists, again, for a small nation. Incredibly good. But they don't have now to churn out technical players, that particular part of the sort of Eastern European former Soviet bloc. So it was Japan on penalties. Brazil on penalties. I don't think, and someone will have the stats better than me, if we ever had anyone do 3 penalty shootouts in one World Cup, I'm not quite so sure about whether we have. Argentina themselves won 2 to get to the final in 1990, didn't they? They beat the Soviet Union in the round of 16 and then beat Italy in the semi-finals. I can't think of anyone. Someone let me know in the chat if anyone's done 3 penalty shootouts in the one tournament. Danny Boy, evening, supporting the Croats tonight. Messi fairy tale to end tonight. It could be. Gvardiol's outstanding. Yeah, 20 years old as well. Playing in the World Cup semi-final today. Thought Pasalic had some good touch. Modric to boss it, please. That normally happens when he steps foot on a football pitch, certainly over the last decade. And it's a bit of a Real Madrid-Barcelona battle again with Messi and Modric. You would argue their best years spent at the 2 giant Spanish clubs. Ooze. What does that mean, Peck and Poet? Does that mean hello? If it does, I will say hello back as the Croat players sing their national anthem. Another semi-final for Croatia. Outstanding work from them. Let's bang through the teams one more time. We are about 2-3 minutes from kickoff. Argentina in goal. Emi Martinez. The fullbacks, Molina and Tagliafico. Centre-backs, Otamendi and Romero. It's Fernandez, Paredes and McAllister, we think, in a tight midfield 3. Rodrigo de Paul is going to play off the great Lionel Messi and Manchester City's Julian Alvarez. For the Croats, Livakovic in goal. It's Juranovic and Sousa are the fullbacks. Gvardiol and Lovren, the centre-backs. In the midfield, maybe in terms of longevity and working together, the greatest midfield in international football, Kovacic, Brozovic, and Modric. No Rakitic in there anymore, but us England fans from 2018 know what those boys in the middle can do. Perisic, Pasalic are left and right, with Kramaric up top. Let's get back to the comments. Japanese for push, endure, and suffering also means hello. Well, there you go. Push, endure, and suffer, I suppose. They're all good things in the right context, aren't they? Nat, good evening to you. Right, final predictions in, guys. I had, if you remember my predictions, an Argentina-Portugal final. That obviously cannot happen. So I've got to stick with my initial prediction of Argentina from this side of the draw to get to the final. I will go with the Argentines. Be nice to watch some TV with Shaylee later. So hopefully in normal time. But it's been tense so far. Those first 2 quarterfinals, both going to extra time and indeed penalties. The other 2 were sorted in 90 minutes, weren't they? On Saturday night, England, France, and then, of course, earlier that day, Morocco and Portugal. That goal just before halftime by El Nesri. Right, I think we are good to go. Richard, good evening, sir. Argentina about an extra time. I'll take Argentina, Rich. Please, no extra time, please. I don't think my throat or my sleep patterns can take it, but yeah, it was tight with both of these 2 last time, wasn't it? Adrian, Argentina 2-1 in a dour, nervous game. You've got to remember that's almost a prerequisite, Adrian, isn't it? Knockout football, just teams are so scared of losing, aren't they? So scared of losing. Cheers, everybody. Before you ask, that is Chilean, not Argentinian, okay? I know every part of my behaviour is analysed in terms of any bias towards any team. I promise that it's not Argentinian wine. David, would like to hear my thoughts on the England game. I will happily, David, give my thoughts on the England game at half time. Okay, we can go to a little bit of Q&A. I put a tweet out actually about people's coping mechanisms for England getting knocked. I chose to go quiet for 24 hours and just reflect. We are off and running. The Croats in a rather dashing dark blue and sort of light-ish blue kit have kicked us off. We're on ITV1 HD. I'll give you a time stamp at the 1 minute mark. ITV have wisely brought Ali McCoist into the commentary booth. He's been very popular with the ITV viewers through the World Cup and with the Amazon viewers, actually, in the Premier League stuff last season. We will try and get your timestamp ASAP. I can probably read this one out. Come on, Croatia have been excellent throughout. Well, they've certainly been sturdy. I'll give them that. They know their way to not losing a game, let's just say. Right. Your 1 minute timestamp is coming. We are there in exactly 3, 2, 1, sync. As Argentina just trying to build up some possession over on the left-hand side. Luka Modric protests that throw, and I tend to agree with him. Surely it's Croatia throw, isn't it? What's been given? I've got no idea what's going on there. There's another ball on the pitch. We're all go anyway. And it is Romero knocking that inside. Sorry, I'm on completely the wrong day on my iPad here. I don't want to be on France-Morocco. That's tomorrow night. There we go. Right, sorry. I'm with the programme now. Could only remember bits of the England game. 13 yellows in Argentina, Netherlands. It was good fun, wasn't it? We did enjoy the watch-along in the end. That was very dour for the first 25 minutes. Here's one into the corner for Molina to chase. Well, he easily had the legs there on Sosa, the left back. That didn't look like a very competitive foot race, that, didn't it? It looked like the Argentine was just way quicker then. I chose to shout offensive words at my French neighbours as my way of coping. It didn't work. Well, whatever works, eh? Joe, happy Christmas. Hope it's... Yeah, thank you, Joe. Very, very kind. Annie suddenly lost interest. Oh, Annie, you get a good game here. You'll get your interest back. I know you. You love your football. Romero slides that through, blocked out. There's Modric. Perisic tries a little step over and turn. Molina is able to shepherd that away. For an Argentina throw-in, 2:45 gone. Nothing doing so far. Very much feeling out. Midfield area is absolutely loaded with players, by the way. We think Argentina have gone 3 in there to match up and cope with Brozovic, Modric and Kovacic. So it could get very congested and very narrow in there, perhaps. It's a fullbacks game. That might be where the space is. Indeed, they're trying to get the fullback forward there. Tagliafico. You see how narrow it was there. We've already seen Molina try and get forward. Remember, for the Croats, it's Sosa and Juranovic, the fullbacks, going the other direction. Nice drive out of midfield by Kovacic. Heavy pass there to Kramaric. And it's played off Kramaric for an Argentinian throw in. There are Yuri Djorkaeff, Lilian Thuram, and Marcel Desailly. How much would that lot be worth? You don't get much change out of 200 million for those three in their prime in today's market, would you? Have a great Christmas. Thank you, Bladesman. Yes, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Alvarez. One name I haven't mentioned yet is Messi. I don't think he's had a kick yet, has he? Sosa, Perisic, a little one inside. Kovacic, Perisic. Perisic crosses in, easy catch for Emi Martinez. Here's a little counter. Fernandez. Nice carry by him over to the left-hand side of central midfield. Drops into Paredes. And there he is. The GOAT, Messi. De Paul, who's supposed to be playing number 10, but deeper than all the other central midfielders there for a second. Messi, speaking of dropping deep. Argentina just squeezing a little bit. Croatia, all 11 men behind the ball. Work back into the centre halves. Romero to the Man City centre half, whose name I've forgotten. Otamendi, temporarily. He's not Man City anymore. Really like Ali McCoist as a pundit. Ali McCoist is very relatable and likable, isn't he? He talks to you on your level, but obviously with the knowledge of that he's experienced a lot more in football than the rest of us. Evening Wolves FI. Rich Croatia kit reminds me of the Arsenal. Yes, it does. I'm envisaging Dennis Bergkamp in that kit. DePaul has been Diego Simeone. He's going to sit in central midfield and shite house his way through tonight, is he then? Croatia usually have great kits. Got the Davor Suka Robert Yarni one. Kit is really nice. My young and wants one. Expensive, aren't they? Well, I suppose for one of your kids, maybe a bit cheaper. Little tread on ankle there. Tagliafico. Has he won the foul, actually? He has. It was he who treaded on the ankle of the Croat defender then. Evening, Wayne. All good, my friend. Croatia 2-1. Okay, in normal time, I hope that is, Wayne. Yeah. We don't want to be here 3 hours again, do we? Although it was a pretty stunning 3 hours against Netherlands, wasn't it, for Argentina? Longest watch-along of the tournament. I'm trying to remember in the Euros, did we do back-to-back extra time and penalties games? Which would be 6 hours of broadcast. I think we probably did, actually. Big clearance by Martinez. Alvarez climbs. And it's proper tournament football again, isn't it? We're squidged. Both backlines are 25, 30 metres apart at best. There's 6 guys in central midfield with Rodrigo de Paul possibly sort of dropping in there from the other way. If Perisic and Pasalic get narrow as well, it's just a complete mass of bodies in there, which just makes it very tight, very lacking in space, doesn't it? Cleared away by Livkovic. There is Gvardiol, Sosa. Very deep is Brozovic. No press on the deep Croat central midfielders here either. Everyone wants to stay in shape here, don't they? It's a nice kit, I must say. Lovely kit the Croats have on. Modric, who's not really been on the ball. If you're we normally play our canary in the coal mine game. If you're a Croatian fan, you just want that name, Modric, 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 Modric. You want to be hearing that as often as possible. Ralph, Croatia, 8 of last 9 knockout games have gone to... Oh, Ralph. Did I not want to know that? Evening, Joe. 3 a.m. in the Philippines. He's staying up with us, Joe. Oh, he didn't, did he, Anna? We're not tolerating any Messi puns in the chat. They won't be read out. I may put them on the screen for you to be mocked. Where do I see weaknesses in these two? Oh, that's a great question, isn't it, Vindaloo? The perceived wisdom about Croatia was mobility and age, but they play in a way that kind of, good management is hiding weaknesses, isn't it? And, keep it tight, don't take massive amounts of risks. And as the game ticks on, that knowledge ticks in. Argentina, do you wonder emotionally? Is there a weakness in there? They certainly lost the plot at the end of the Netherlands game, but they did get through, didn't they? Wolves FI, thank you so much, Wolves FI. €7 on the super chat. I'll drink to that. 3-1 Croatia. I wish because Ronaldo and Messi fanboys, Argentina or Portugal doesn't. Hey, I'm a fanboy of both of those two, but yeah. 1 in 4 chance of Argentina or Portugal getting to the World Cup final. And it's a 0 chance for Portugal because they are out. Perisic, long throw in. Martinez came, headed out of his hands somewhat, but safe. Gvardiol, nice feet to get around Messi. Morning, Steve, in New Zealand. We're watching from around the world here. Tremendous. Yeah. Hang in there, Joe. Give us some timestamps so we know just how long you've been up. Croatia haven't won a knockout game in the World Cup in 90 minutes since 1998. Who would that have been against then? Was that against Germany in 98? Was it quarter-final they won 3-0 against Germany, or was it the second phase? I can't remember. I think Robert Yarni actually scored in that game, didn't he? We mentioned in the brilliant left-back. They've had some great players. I mean, Modric is on a magnificent level, but for those that go back as far as I do, Davor Suker and Robert Prosinecki, oh my God. Prosinecki never had the longevity that Modric did, but what a player. And Suker was just a gorgeous striker, wasn't he, with his left foot? Wow. Good to see Modric playing so fit as age, such a good role model. Finally, 1950 was the last final. There's no European nation in the final. Interesting. We've got a possibility of that. If we get Argentina v Morocco, could happen. I suspect we will have a European nation in the final. Maybe not two, though. Nice slide by Romero. Pops it out for a throw-in to Croatia. I think Perisic is going to grenade this one in as well. Germany. Christian Verns. Yes. That was a shocker. Off the back of the Germans having won Italia 90. Got to the final of Euro 92. Won Euro 96. They were a superpower. Yeah, I mean, a superpower all the times, but in the 90s there, particularly the Suker lob at Hillsborough. Yes, against Peter Schmeichel, actually, wasn't it? Yeah. And the celebration afterwards. Oh, what a player. Suker and Predrag Mijatovic as well. Played for Real Madrid as well. Modric's club, even in Helen. Worth. Foul there on the counter by Modric. Now, will he get the Legends pass? It seems like the Legends in this tournament, they get a couple of fouls before the yellow card comes out, don't they? Well, Messi got about 4 in the last game, didn't he? My dad's still on the notion Morocco beat France in extra time. Chair scoring the World Cup win. Oh, wow. If we get an EFL player on the pitch in that game, I know there's 2, isn't there? Zaruri of Burnley's there as well on the bench, isn't he? And Ilias Chair. Be so good. Oh, slid down the right-hand side. Just a little bit too much on that. And, it's a Mendy. Good cover. Now there's a gap down the left. Alvarez for Argentina. Nice little knock inside. Fernandez tries to slide it through. Messi goes down and is told in no uncertain terms to get up, which I never really like that from referees, I have to say. I don't mind no foul like that. That to me is okay. Get up is, I think, a bit disrespectful to not just Messi, but to players. You know, you can fall over. You don't need to be told to get up if it's not a foul. I don't know. It's just a little bugbear of mine. I think they're just trying to assert their authority, aren't they? But I'm sure much of the chat will disagree with me. But I know our subject. Switzerland have never won a knockout game in other Euros or games. Won on pens. I looked it up after mentioning a couple of games ago. There's a big diag. Oh, what a great defensive header there by Tagliafico, who really got caught under the ball, didn't he? And really had to throw himself backwards. It just replayed the Messi foul. I didn't see it. Luka Modric doesn't think it's a foul. Throw in Croatia, 14:10 on the clock. It's getting a bit more intensity, but it is still cagey, isn't it? It is still... Right, sit behind the ball. Definitely get the back 4, or at least 3 of them behind the ball. And if one of those fullbacks is forward, 2 midfielders screening at all times to make that. It's more 7 defending, 3 attacking outfield than 3 defending, 7 attacking, which might be more the fun way. Brozovic. Gvardiol, Brozovic. Fairly even on possession. Oh, no, it's not. 63% last stat I received in Croatia's favour. That beat my eye test. Thought it was going to be 45-55 within those parameters. A little flick down the line by Juranovic. Here is Modric. He just gets his body in the way. Strong little bugger, isn't he? Modric down the line. Cross comes in. Out it goes for a corner. There's that bit of quality from Modric there. The upper body strength. Knows where everybody is. Just outside of the foot. Chair, some player. Excellent player, Chair. Hopefully, we're past the age where someone that short can get a chance at the top level. And his technical ability will see him through. Corner, Croatia, knocked in short. Modric to Perisic. There's the overlap. Stuck to the back post. Lovren's up and heads that one wide. Clever corner, that. There's all a decoy, and the covering defender comes in and actually crosses the ball. Decent enough climb by Lovren, but is well marshalled by Romero. Problem for Croatia. Don't have a quality here. They do lack up top since Mandzukic, don't they? Czechoslovakia in 1962. What about them? Ewan, tell us more. 16:27 on the clock. World Cup semi-final. It's only every 4 years, you lot. Quick injury hold there. We are good to go. One more time. Emi Martinez with the goal kick. England has not won any major nation World Cup knockout. No, God. We know all about it. In the Euros, I guess they've beaten the Germans and the Spanish, although that wasn't a normal time win against the Spanish in 96, was it? Nice ball. Sosa. If that cross didn't take a deflection, that's awful. I think Kovacic is just having words with his left back there. Off topic, does anyone know if Czechoslovakia won the World Cup when they were in the final twice? Would that count to both the Czech and Slovak teams as a star now? I think everybody gets a star. If Uruguay get 2 stars for pre-1930 Olympic titles, then I think both sides should get a star. Whether they do or not, I don't know. Messi, perfect first touch. Not very perfect second touch, but he's as strong as Modric, isn't he? Brilliant from Messi. Up the line to Molina. He misses out. Romero goes straight to Otamendi. Fernandez tucks in the pocket. Tagliafico, the fullback's gone ahead of him. Messi in the pocket, picks up deep. Messi inviting contact. He's not really happy with left back there for the lack of an option. Messi did dwell on the ball a little long, but I suspect we can trust his dribbling ability, can't we? Foul on Kovacic. Saw Steve Bull score against Czechoslovakia at the old Wembley. What a player. What a player. Steve Bull, big favourite of mine. Steve Bull played in the first football match I ever saw live. And it was 0-0. He didn't score. Sosa. Gvardiol. Try to get into Kramaric, who's just a bit isolated up there. I mean, not necessarily isolated, but the ball's certainly not getting to him. Paredes. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys, if you're on the stream. Helps us out. Hopefully we can draw in as many viewers as we can. Make some new friends. Get some good or great. I was trying to say both words at a time. Get some great opinions we'll go for in the chat. Oh, lovely touch there by Perisic. Beautiful little flip over the head in central midfield. Work back from Sosa to Kovacic. And again, back 4 all behind the ball. 3 central midfield, tight. Yeah, this could be a long one, couldn't it? It could be a France v Croatia rematch. Yeah. I think the sort of favourites tag would be an Argentina-France final, then a France-Croatia final, then maybe a Croatia versus Morocco final. Might be the outsider there. Molina with the throw-in. Croatia look pretty comfortable. Yeah, it's almost like everyone's gone, well, okay, let's go 25 minutes feeling each other out, and then if anyone wants to do any attacking, we'll try after then, right? Morocco v Argentina. You would love to see it. Bit late, didn't know the World Cup was still going on. Well, there you go. Was Steve Bull the last player? Yeah, in a major tournament he was, wasn't he? Obviously, Kevin Phillips, Mickey Gray. Dare I say, a couple of Ipswich players got called up outside the top tier. Kieran Dyer and Richard Wright. Messi tries to slip that one through. Again, it's so narrow, this game. Doesn't quite manage it. What a drive there from Kovacic. No foul. Croatia, Morocco would definitely give us a new winner. Yeah, Sam Johnston in there as well. The West Brom keeper. I wonder if we'll ever see a major tournament second tier player for England again. Oh, that's a poor clearance by Gvardiol. That's going to be a corner. Referee says that's not going to be a corner. It's a goal kick. Vamos, Croatia. We're coming up to midway through the first half. We have had one shot in the game. There have been no shots on target. That one shot, I guess, must have been the Lovren header. So it was hardly any kind of chance, jumping with two centre-halves. Look at that, 250 goals. Same bloody sensational, hey? Which English Championship player is that's a great question, most likely to represent England in the future? God, I'd need to bring my Championship table up for that, wouldn't I? If I go down the table, maybe Taylor Harwood-Bellis, but he doesn't count because he's on loan from Man City, isn't he? Adam Wharton, possibly, at Blackburn. Ollie Arblaster, maybe, Sheffield United. A couple of Bristol City lads might make their way into the Premier League and have a chance for England. Scott and Conway. Yeah, Chris Willock, I can see down there. Yeah, he shouldn't be too much longer in the Championship, should he? But yeah, some great hopes in the Championship. Molina knocks that one inside. Here is Messi. Messi to DePaul. Ethan Laird. Who's Ethan Laird's parent club? Oh, nice little slip down to Tagliafico. Gets a decent cross over. And out it goes. Is it Man United? Yeah. Max Aarons. 2 years ago, I would have said definitely, but it doesn't seem to have pushed on, does he? Shot driven in there. Fumbled. Was that unfair of me to say by Livakovic? He certainly had to sort of palm it away. He looked like he was comfortable. Then all of a sudden, he was in very close proximity with his left-hand post. That's a Mendy. Get a replay of that strike there, hopefully. Into Messi. Tries to hold up. Ooh. Attempted through ball there. I think it was Kovacic, wasn't it? And it did open up. There would have had to have been a Pirlo-esque pass. Form dropped since Buendia left. Well, that surprises absolutely nobody, does it? I'm sure Gary Neville would admit playing behind David Beckham was helpful if you're a fullback, isn't it? Tom Ince, if his dad takes over from Southgate. Surely Tom Ince must have been close at some points in his career, mustn't he? Must have played under 21s and whatnot as well. Messi have nicked it off him again. Kovacic playing well, isn't he? Oh, great play by Kovacic. Can he get this over to the left-hand side? And it goes to the right, and Kramaric foul there. Kovacic is the best player on the pitch, isn't he? On the basis that in that central midfield, massive bodies, he's the one that's been able to drive through all of it, hasn't he? Like a blooming tank a couple of times, actually. He's getting more confident with his ball carrying, isn't he? There's that hit. It was Fernandes. I don't think it was going in, was it? Let's have a look. It's curling outside of the post. Is it coming back? Might be hitting the post, actually. I owe him an apology. Laird is a good shout. I'd suggest Irogbenham as well. Yeah, permanent clubs. I would say Alex Scott for sure. Yeah, very good. Bristol City central midfielder. You can always tell with these young players, the sooner they get moved in, like Jude Bellingham, they always get dripped in the team kind of wide, and the really good ones get moved straight into central midfield and just boss it, don't they? True of Jude Bellingham. If Alex Scott can get anywhere near that, he'll be doing all right, won't he? Free kick Croatia then. Sosa steps over it. Modric with the right foot floats it in. Not his best. Headed clear. Messi tries a little dribble on the edge of his box. Gets away with that one, actually, doesn't he? And here's an Argentinian counter. Nice outside of the foot ball there from Fernandes to De Paul, who hangs one up to the back post. And for God's sake, Luka Modric, 37-year-old Luka Modric, who took the free kick, was the last line of defence there and just climbs and flicks the header away. That guy is so fit, it's not even funny. He'll still be doing that in minute 75 or minute 105. Alex Scott is an excellent prospect. Yeah, he seems to be the favourite here, doesn't he? Retire his number now. Get it done. Messi trying to get in down the left-hand side there. That made quite a good video, that, wouldn't it? Championship players who may go on to play for England in the future. We probably, to bump the numbers up, would have to include some loanees. But when you consider, I mean, where is my England squad here? Bring it up from Saturday quickly. I mean, so many of them. Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Shaw did he? Is it Southampton? I think he might be Premier League all the way. Henderson did. Rice didn't. Bellingham did. Saka didn't. Kane played even lower than the Championship, didn't he, on his loans? Foden didn't. Straight in at the top end he was. Mount did. Did Sterling ever play in the Championship? I know he was at QPR, but I don't think he did. Rashford never has. Grealish, bossed the Championship, didn't he? Pope, Ramsdale, Trippier would have been for Burnley. Can't remember. Eric Dyer hasn't, has he? Connor Cody has. Trent hasn't. Calvin Phillips definitely has. James Maddison, he bossed it, didn't he? Conor Gallagher, brilliant on loan at Charlton. Maybe Charlton wouldn't have got relegated if Conor Gallagher's loan hadn't been redirected to Swansea halfway through the season. Callum Wilson as well, there with Bournemouth. Most of that squad played in the Championship, didn't it? Woof. A little feed there to Perisic, who swapped wings for the time being. Sorry, it's not Perisic at all. Idiot. Brozovic. It's Hoyt clear. Gvardiol. Grealish at Notts County in League Two. He does score a very Grealish-esque goal for Notts County, where he dribbles around a few, leaves the keeper on his arse and sticks it in. He was always going to get to the top, wasn't he? 0-0 30 gone. Ball's back with Livakovic, the Croatian goalkeeper. Very, very even. Nothing in this game at all. On the eye test, Croatia have possibly edged it, but that's not into any tangible goal-scoring moments. Modric, lovely pass as ever. Oh, nice little switch. They've got Perisic wide open now on the left wing. Now, what's his cross like here? He's gone into the box. He's tried, I think he's tried to chip the keeper, hasn't he? He seems adamant that that is a corner. I'm not sure it is. Watched Scott at Rotherham this week. Wanted to see some football. Short tram ride. Nice work, Sam. Tiny details decide World Cup. Yeah, absolutely. Don't England fans know it? Love that Modric nutmeg. Rice went one further and played for Ireland. Oh, they're in here. The Argentines, it slipped past the keeper and cleared away. Only kind of half cleared by Lovren. The yellow card has come out. For whom? Dejan Lovren. What's he given? There's just a ball over the top there, and all of a sudden, I think Alvarez was in behind. Kovacic has been yelled at by... There isn't a penalty, has he? Oh, no, it's Livakovic has been booked. If it's a foul by the keeper, then surely it's a penalty, isn't it? Kovacic has also been booked. I had my eye on the ball the whole time. What's he given here? Yeah, fair comment. I was watching the ball. After it's gone... I mean... So the shot's taken, and there's probably about best part of a metre in between Alvarez and Livakovic. The shot's taken, the keeper goes to block the shot, the ball's going towards the goal, and then the coming together happens. Interesting one. Penalty to Argentina again, and this could put Messi level on goals with Mbappe. Penalty, yellow for the keeper, absolutely. As the keeper denied a goal-scoring opportunity. Shot's been taken. I suppose if in the process of fouling someone, the shot is affected, then he could have denied a goal-scoring opportunity. Obviously, under double jeopardy, it's a genuine attempt to get the ball, so wouldn't be a red card. But interesting one, that. I need to watch that back a couple more times. But in the meantime, here comes Leo Messi, left-footed from the spot, smashes it in to the back of the net. And a third penalty of the World Cup, I believe that is, for Leo Messi. And Argentina are heading to the World Cup finals. They lead 1-0. Am I the only person who's just a bit curious about that penalty? In respects of, keeper comes out to make a block, shot is mishit. There's a kind of collision afterwards. My feeling, though, is, let's have a look here. Takes the shot, runs into him afterwards. I mean, I don't normally buy the anywhere else on the pitch that's a foul line, because that challenge wouldn't be made anywhere else on the pitch. It's only a keeper would come out and try and block like that. Interesting one. Yeah, you don't normally see them like that. Normally, the coming together occurs as the attacking player is trying to play the ball. This was very much after, but that's not to say it wasn't a foul as a result. Interesting one. Argentina's top scorer at World Cup finals is Lionel Messi, now with 11. And I can update my ticker down here. And he is now on 5 with Mbappe. This is very much lining up to be the Mbappe versus Messi World Cup, isn't it? Giroud back now on 4 in the Golden Boot standings. What are we saying? I won't get into any conspiracy theories. Seemed harsh, not a penalty. Who takes that contact? Again, I won't get into the conspiracy theories. There is that sense when it's two players colliding like that. So Alvarez takes the shot. That was his action. The keeper tries to save the shot. That was his action. The shot's not very good. He doesn't really get anything on it. If anyone wants to tell me what Peter Walton is saying about that, that seemed to be the action. And then if you're colliding, well, who fouled who then? Who's running into who? Pass. I think we'd have wanted that for England. Well, yeah, I mean, that takes into account, tribalistic football bias, doesn't it? We try and hopefully move past that. Of course, we'd have wanted it for England, but when it's the team we support, we don't tend to think very rationally about these things, do we? But not that point's not true, Mr. E. Did Peter Walton actually say, if Peter Walton said, I will always agree with the ref, get him off the TV. What's the point in him being there then? You may as well just say, well, I agree with the ref on every decision then. That's ridiculous if he said that. He called it a nailed-on penalty. Okay. Interesting. Messi, little one around the corner. Sosa gets back. Oh, good. You were joking. That riled me then for a second. Not you, Anya. The potential of him saying that. Yeah, interesting one, isn't it? It's almost like with a collision. It's like, where is the motion of the ball? And the ball motion was obviously with Julian Alvarez. Maybe that's what gets you the foul. It's a joke that Walton always agrees. I'm sorry, Angus. I missed the joke. Angus. Because I've always got my ears in. I never actually hear what Peter Walton says, but I would be interested, genuinely. Kovacic. Won back by the Argentines. Slipped out to Juranovic. Tries to put the cross in corner to Croatia, who are 1-0 behind Leo Messi from the penalty spot. Try and bring Messi up for this tournament. There he is. Goal against Saudi, goal and an assist against Mexico, goal against Aussie, goal and an assist against Netherlands, goal against Croatia. So he's got 5 goals and 3 assists. Just the 8 goal contributions for Messi. Oh, nice counter-attack. Now they're 2-on-2 if they play this right. Huge sprint forward by Molina, I think it was, the fullback. Oh, he's gone all the way through. What a goal! Oh, what a goal by Alvarez. He must have run that about 70 metres down the pitch. He gets a bit lucky at the end with the bounce. But it's a hell of a run. We're looking the whole time at Molina, the right back who powers on past him. Alvarez just kept it there all the time. And it bounces up and he manages to force it in. What a run. I'd be really interested to see how long Alvarez carried that ball for. He had that absolutely miles. What a run. What a counter. It's 2-0 Argentina. They are going to the final. I know they were 2-0 up in the last game, and I said that. Then, where does he pick this ball up? There. Oh, no, sorry. Just before halfway. So he's inside his own half when he receives it, and he just keeps going and going. There's a bit of luck. There's a bit of luck. Bounce, bounce, bounce. In you go. But, hey, what about that for positive running? Horrible slice by Sosa, who's not looked convincing at all. The left back for Croatia. Yes, complete Horlicks from Sosa. But you've got to credit Alvarez for just powering his way down the middle of the pitch there. Keeps his eye on the ball and just shifts it into the net. 2-0 Argentina. Your thoughts on that one in the chat? Oh my. Power and pace and a large sign of good fortune. Agreed on all counts. Argentina soaring, Matt, very much so. Good vibes, Argentina. If the keeper doesn't take him out, he can catch the ball and score, might be the question. Maybe. With imagine a defender just wouldn't make a challenge like that where you throw yourself into the path of the. So maybe it's something bespoke for keepers that you can't just come out and throw yourself and you have to stop, I guess. But there is still a sense of one running into the other. Who ran into who? Messi, beautiful pass out from right to left. Fernandez. Inside it goes. Shot driven in by De Paul. Deflected. Corner. De Paul is adamant that was a handball. Let's have a look. Didn't look like it from that angle. What does this angle say? No, his arm is right next to his body. Don't think it's an unnatural position, that one. I think Otamendi saying he moves it towards the ball. He kind of does, to be fair to the Argentines. And he moves his body with it. VAR says no. Huddersfield Town fan, England fan. He just said, and I think Croatia are a team you need to shake off in the. Yeah, right. Totally agree with that. Yeah, they grow into a game if they're in it with any time left on the clock, really. Corner, Argentina. Messi pops it in. Oh, headed goalwards. Big save. Oh, they could be cooked and baked and stick a fork in them. They're done. Look at that. Oh, he should score, shouldn't he? It's McAllister of Brighton. Or was it Tagliafico? I think it's Tagliafico. Beg your pardon. No, sorry, it is McAllister. Tagliafico jumped with him. Oh, do you know what made the save look better than it was? Actually, then deflects off Juranovic and just trickles around the post. But he gets down really well to make that save. Indeed, doesn't he? Another corner for Mr. Messi, who has 5 goals now, 3 assists in the tournament. And is possibly heading for the Golden Ball. Did they decide that before the final, the Golden Ball? Is that going to be Messi or is that going to be Mbappe? In goes the corner again. Another good one from Messi. Good punch, though, by Livakovic. Missed the door because the pizza delivery guy was there. Missed the goal, sorry, because the pizza delivery guy was at the door. What pizza did you get, Peckham Poet? Oh, I'd love to be delving into a... Although, to be fair, Shady made a very nice curry for dinner, which I enjoyed very much, but the idea of pizza is very appealing. 43 gone, Argentina 2, Croatia 0. Interesting penalty. I can't quite make my mind up on it. And then a real barnstorming run down the centre of the pitch on the counter by Manchester City's Julian Alvarez to make it 2-0 and really heap the pressure on Croatia now in the second half. Argentina, as we said, finalists in 2014, 90, 86, 78. Look like they're heading there again. And they're playing with some real vigour at the moment, Argentina. Their press is far more engaged than it was for sort of the first half hour of this game. What curry? I didn't even look at the card from the thing, Anne, here. It had cod and lentils in. Remind me, I'll take a picture of the card from our food subscription. Many are available. I'm rubbish at cooking, so she just does a much better job than me. So I never know the names of anything. Tasted great. They decided the pizza before the tournament. Meat feast. Get in there. Edge of the box is Kramaric. Modric. Modric drills the shot in. Block. Modric, lovely ball out to the right-hand side of the box. Driven in. Low. Oh, and put into the side net. And if that's a goal kick, that's a big chance. Cross went in. Surely Pasalic was offside from the first one, wasn't he? Oh, to be fair, the ball's already gone out. That shot was travelling, wasn't it? Really good defending from Otamendi to get had his arms behind his back. That's how to defend and definitely not give away a handball. Cod and lentil, very, very nice too. Some John Motson sticks too. What's a John Motson stick, hearing me? You've seen the good news for coffee? Yes, I have, Matt. Really, really good news. Let's hope that's a amenable deal for both parties. I'm sure you know way more about it than me, Matt, with your commentary knowledge. But yeah, we could do without that nonsense that we saw ruminating going on. Yeah, it would have been offside, wouldn't it, Wolves? I think you're right about that. We are into 4 minutes of first half stoppage time. Argentina are 2-0 up. Messi and co. There are 10 other players. Are heading for another final. And just psychologically, once you get to half time and you know you're defending a 2-goal lead, it just makes things very, very tricky for the opponent. That's brilliant from Messi, isn't it? He'd make a great central midfielder, Messi. Make a good left back as well, wouldn't he? Make a good anything. This World Cup has Argentina all over it. Does look a little bit fated at the moment. Although I think Mr. Griezmann, Mr. Dembele, Mr. Mbappe, and Mr. Giroud may have something to say about that. Coming up to halftime, we can do some Q&A at halftime if you really, really want to. Talk about England, that is. Alvarez tries to put the cross in. Throw in. We've had 2 minutes of stoppage time. Does Weghorst return to Burnley if they go up? You would think he's the least likely Vincent Kompany player possible, but I don't know. He'd probably suit quite well, actually, wouldn't he? Big J Rodriguez fan, me, but maybe in the Premier League that's not going to work. Bloody French ruining it for everyone again. Not my words. It comes from the chat. Any France fans out there? Oh, lovely feat by Kramaric. Eases past Rodrigo to pull. Kramaric, lovely turn again, actually. Great play. Perisic, horrible cross by Perisic. Goal kick. Which is going to take us, probably by the time Martinez has taken this and kicked it down the ground, we're probably going to be about 40 seconds away. There is the goal again from Alvarez. Pops that into the back of the net. How good must that feel, eh? Camera in the back of the goal. Speaking of greats, there is Ronaldinho in the audience, everybody. Now, there's my kind of player. Mozzarella sticks. Interesting. John Motson sticks. Fans of the Tournament Award. I have enjoyed the Saudis and the Moroccans as well, Matt. Argentinians are always mental in the best way possible, aren't they? Let's just say they're a passionate bunch who enjoy their football, aren't they, the Argentinian fans? Martinez being kicked down the ground. 48-45 on the board. Morocco, yeah, I guess for fans of the tournament. One last chance of a counter here. Messi, little nick around the outside of Brozovic. Messi still going, brilliant. Messi, outstanding from Messi. That was very Maradona-esque, that, wasn't it? The low centre of gravity getting bumped about and no one can get the blooming ball off him. It's that potential argument, isn't there, that Argentina have had the two greatest players ever wear that number 10 shirt. It's half time. Argentina in big control here, 2-0 up. Penalty I was a bit intrigued by, whether it was just a collision, a racing incident, or whether it was a foul, a clattering as it was called in the chat. Kind of down the middle on it, to be blindly honest. I'm not sure how refs are briefed on that. I'm sure if VAR checked it, that they are briefed that is a foul and it is a penalty. So There you go. Let's have a look at the numbers. And then, guys, please do get questions in for the good old halftime Q&A. We'll get the conversation going over half-time. Here are your numbers. Look at that, 62% possession to Croatia. Remember, that was 65%, wasn't it, around the 20-25 minute mark at 0-0. So kind of shows you that probably the bulk of the Croat possession was picked up at 0-0 in the feeling out process. And then Argentina have just shot into the lead, haven't they? Look at that, 1.57 versus 0.17. Okay, we've got two very high XG goals with the penalty and the sort of 4-yarder from Alvarez. But it shows you that you've got to play the penalty boxes, haven't you? And Croatia have created diddly squat, haven't they? And Argentina have, well, how many shots have they had, does it say? 5 shots, 3 big chances. Yeah, I guess the McAllister header on the near post would also go down as a big chance. But yeah, you've got to play those penalty boxes, haven't you? And that, my friends, is exactly what the Argentinians have been able to do. Right, it's halftime then. I'm going to take a very brief comfort break. So we'll put up the be right back. And on that note, I will literally be right back. Let's go for Into Space, shall we? See you in 5. Welcome back, everybody. I have a confession to make. I just ate a mince pie in the Gap. On my screen at the moment is Peter Walton and Pugas looking very kind of confused by what Peter Walton is saying. I guess they're going over the penalty over and over again. You see Ian Wright shaking his head as well. So if you are watching the ITV coverage, be interested to know what the referee's perspective from Peter Walton is. And I think Gary Neville, I've not got the sound on, is making exactly the same point as I was about the distance between the two players. I think I can lip read. How can that be a foul? Yeah, let me know what Keane and Neville and Wright said. Peter Walton sounded like a right prat. Do you know who parked next to me at IMG the other day, Anir? Dermot Gallagher, who does that for Sky. Very nice too. Rich, Peter Walton says the keeper doesn't win the ball. It's a foul by default. Keeper doesn't win the ball. It's a foul by default. Yeah, I don't buy that argument. Do you? In respects of, okay, he doesn't win the ball, and then the next action is that the two players collide. Surely it's kind of a 50-50 challenge. So I suppose Alvarez does win the ball, doesn't he, in respects of he plays the shot. But there you go. Oh, Wickham. Why are you calling Croatia Wickham? Very disrespectful to Wickham. Default, my word, but okay. Thank you, Richard. He comes out to win the ball and fails. Yeah. Feels like there's another action after that, though, doesn't it? Hey, I'm sure Peter Walton knows more about the laws of the game than I do, but not something I've seen very, very regularly. But there you go. Hit the thumbs up button. There's a pro, Matt, isn't there? Thank you. I definitely root for the Argentines against the French. I think I might do as well, actually. Argentina last winning it in 1986, right? God. Many, many years ago. Just put the bins out. Oh, interesting. Bin day here is Thursday, and I had the awful situation. Not last bins, but the bins before. I forgot to put the recycling out. And do you know what? I actually knew I hadn't put the recycling out. And we were dealing with Enid in the morning, and obviously neither of us could leave her. And I went and dropped her off. And it was literally a race back. And no, they beat me. My take on the Millers debacle on Saturday. Oh, is that that sounds X-rated, Ian? They weren't good, were they? No like spikes these days. Let's have a like spike. Yeah, of course we can have a like spike. I've even got a graphic for that. Get us a like spike. Hit the like button. Do it. You know you want to. We went so long without doing live streams, didn't we? Moroccans, really, though. Did I predict the winner? I did predict Argentina, but I was kind of being semi-jokey because I was predicting the Messi v Ronaldo final, which is not going to happen. But yeah, I did go for Argentina, so I will bask in the glory of that one thing being right if they do win it, and every other part of my semi-finals now being wrong. David, how am I? I'm very good. What I must say, David, is I love my garage conversion here, but when the temperature is -6 and you've only got one little heater, we made a video for the YouTube channel making predictions on who'd win the championship golden boot. That took me a few hours earlier and I got very, very cold. Dermot Gallagher is probably saying the same thing. Woof. Is that a Holiday Inn Express advert? Yeah, for the price, it's passable, isn't it, hey? Where am I on Thursday? I'm at Crown Plaza. In fact, very nice too. Set up not to lose. Definitely not the team they were 4 years ago. You have to hide your weaknesses sometimes. They're not as sprightly as they have. So I get why they would do that, to be honest. I genuinely think Argentina all the way. Well, the French, the Moroccans, and maybe in the second half, the Croats might have something to say about that. But Argentina, very, very much in a dominant position here to see this one through and get themselves in to another World Cup final. David, you absolute legend. If anyone doesn't know David, he's a great supporter of the Blue Monday podcast. A €20 super chat for the heating bill. Thank you so much, David. Yes, the energy crisis is real. Very much so. But it's very, very kind, David. €20 on the super chat. Gone for Sky Blue Light, and just admit your undying love for commentary. The amount of clubs, Matt, I've been accused of supporting. It's supposed to be coral, like a greeny colour to match up with the World Cup branding. And that was as close as I could get on the little light. I tapped in the numbers and scrolled up and down. And but yeah, it does look sky blue. The problem is, Matt, I've got the white light there and the one there. Look, in fact, I can probably show you that's washing it out. So if I go like that, I could completely turn it off. Still looks sky blue, doesn't it? There we go. Oh, Christ. Ah! No one wants to see that. That's too bright now, isn't it? How's that? That one? There we go. Yeah. But God, all the clubs I've been accused of supporting over the years. Sheffield United, Leeds I've been accused of, Norwich, Millwall I've been accused of, Coventry, Fulham. Basically anyone that does well in the Championship that I praise, I'll get accused of supporting, but or with the lights. So there you go. Yeah, that's your gimmick, isn't it, Richard? Closet Coventry fan. Great vid on the Championship Golden Boot. Thank you. Yeah, it's wide open this year. We've got 10 players on 9 goals. In fact, one of my picks might play for Coventry on that regard. So, yeah, do check it out. Sam, very poetic at the moment. Messi and Mbappe lighting up the group stage, and then each side of the knockout seems like it's building for a face-off in the final. I like it. If it was a Marvel movie, although if it was a Marvel movie, who would be the baddie? Would it be Mbappe for laughing at Harry Kane missing the penalty, or would it be Messi for completely shitehousing Louis van Gaal the other night? You've got to have a villain, haven't you? Love to see Morocco get to the final, cause an upset. You and me both. Who said that? Bladesman in the chat. Right, we're into the second half. Watching on ITV1 HD. Remember, if you're watching on the ITV Hub, if you're watching on Smart TV, you might not be quite lined up, so we'll give you time stamp. You can get yourself lined up. Remember, as ever, the chat will still go in normal time. So if you do want to avoid spoilers, Pause and me won't stop that if I am ahead of you. We'll get to teams in just a sec as Argentina try and break. Down the right-hand side is going to be a throw for the Croats. Sorry, I missed that one, Wolves FI. Fantastic group predictions. I quit. I already got everything wrong in the World Cup this year. There you go. Worth. Ref says it's a penalty. The defending team disagrees. Can they make him see VAR? In the end, I think we might get to that, Helen, with the challenges, mightn't they? Ooh, foul on the edge of the box there. Is that a substitute? Sorry, have I missed a sub? I think I have. Sorry, guys. My bad. About the 15th time in the World Cup, I missed a sub for gassing along. Vlasic and Orsic on at half-time for Croatia. No wonder I didn't recognise Vlasic going down and winning that foul. Thanks, Ian. I'm a little bit behind here. Mbappe the villain. Yeah. We are inevitable. Well, yeah, they are, aren't they? Sadly. Can I do blue and white stripe lighting? Don't think I'm that. I know a man who could, but it ain't me. A free kick then. So Croatia. Modric steps up and goes back, which will no doubt be part of the plan Floats it into the back post. His free kick delivery we expect Modric to be perfect on everything, don't we? Has not been perfect tonight, actually. Has it? A couple of free kicks now he's had from pretty much the same position. Mbappe's personality shift after his big contract would put him as the villain. Maybe we should get a white cat and an unnecessary big chair to add to the image. Maybe an unnecessarily little chair. We'll stitch him up for Morocco tomorrow, hey? Hello, Nat, my Sheffield foe. I've come to talk to you and gloat. Simon Garfunkel, everybody. Time sync, 48 minutes. It was there. I didn't do your 3, 2, 1. Let me know if you want a proper time sync. And we'll do a proper one later. McAllister down the left. Lovely ball by McAllister into Messi. Messi's been fouled there, hasn't he? No. Well, if the penalty was a collision, then so was that. I'll say no more. Has he been fouled there, Messi? No. He stays down, holding his head. The Argentines play on. Paredes drives in the shot, bounces in front of the keeper. Easy gather. Is the Steel City derby in the top 3 for same city derbies in the UK? I think it is, but every Steel City derby I've been to has been rubbish. I think I might have even... No, I went to 2 in one season, and they were definitely both 0-0. Who was that manager Sheffield Wednesday had? Somebody. Yeah, he played for 0-0. And I don't know whether they had Brucey for the second one. Can't remember. Messi has lost the ball. World is nearing its end. What is that? Is that on the penalty? The yes and no? Interesting. What was that? What was that Sheffield Wednesday manager called? Dutch fella. Someone tell me in the chat, please. Before Gary Monk and... Would it have been before Gary Monk and Pulis and all of that people? David, could it be an interesting... Well, I hope to see you too then. Just remember, I work Saturdays. Yeah, if you get to a game on a Saturday, it's unlikely I'll be there. In fact, midweek away game seems to be my best bet of getting to watch Ipswich these days. With child in tow. Oh, that's it. Josh Lukai, thank you. Carrow Road or Portman Road. For those derbies, oh, God. Terrible everywhere. Ipswich haven't beaten Norwich in like 10 years. Probably more than that now. I mean, to be fair, it's probably like 12 years now. They haven't played in about 6 of those years, but 4:09 Philippines times. Neil Critchley's Blue Army. There you go. Sleep well, Joe, out in the Philippines at 4 a.m. Still up watching the football. I hope you haven't got to be up early. Croatia down the left-hand side. They've started with some intensity in this half. They blooming well have to, don't they? At 2-0 down. Modric snaps into the tackle, but comes off second best to Fernandez. Here comes the counter. It's 4-on-5. He's given it away. I say he's given it away. He just ran into trouble. And it's a little bit more basketball-y now, end to end. Here is Modric with the left foot this time. Switch of play. Headed back by Kramaric. Little slide forward. They've won it back, though, Argentina. And they're just set now, aren't they, to spring out and counter. Rinse, repeat for them, isn't it? Stay in shape, move quickly as the Croats have to push more and more forward. And they are, to be fair, almost a sense with Croatia that they probably feel like if they don't score before 60, 65 minutes, this is probably done. Whereas if they get that goal, everything changes. Little slide through there. It's gone out to the right wing. Vlasic. Nice feet. Cross deflected. Martinez with easy catch. There. Crucially good appointment for Rangers. Yeah, I agree, Ian. I like him. Which Sheffield club is more likely to go up? Fairly even. They're both pretty strong contenders to go up. You'd be very surprised if neither of them went up this season, and there's a fair chance both of them will get promoted. Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United both look well set for top two for both the Blades and the Owls. In which instance they would miss each other once again next season. Bit of a sense now with Sheffield Wednesday in League One that they may. It's like if you've got a horse race and there's Plymouth and they're moving on, and you can just feel Sheffield Wednesday are going to go past them. You don't quite know when, but you just feel that it's going to happen, don't you? We want Croatia goal and an interesting game. That would be nice. I mean, it's an interesting game. It's quite nicely poised with the Argentinians now snapping out and springing into the counter, and Croatia trying to sort of push on. No joy yet for the Croats, though. Switch play out to the right-hand side. Petkovic has come on as well. So I must have missed that about 2 minutes ago. I'm always reading the blooming chat, aren't I? My bad. Gvardiol. It's all Croatia possession-wise, but no threat really, is there? Big hunking switch of play there by Lovretz. Dreadful pass. Right over Perisic. Perisic kind of gives him a look as if to say, not really. Not going to work, is it? Not going to work. How weird will it be a France-Croatia final? Yeah, bit boring really, isn't it? Not heard anything yet on Bannon. Can feel an Argyle wobble happening. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Plymouth. I think they've done brilliant, but I can see that too. Pull your socks up, Croatia. Otamendi just shepherding Vlasic out. 54, 50. Actually, give me a timestamp. We'll be at 55 in 3, 2, 1. Sync. Pause me, or pause your coverage if you want to be perfectly in line with that sync there. Modric. Argentina, everybody back. Nice tight. You can literally see the team shape right there. Nice tight back four and 3 central midfield. There's a couple of them just drifting out a little bit to try and hold as much ground as they can. Here's Alvarez on the counter. Alvarez into the box, slides it inside. Fernandes, can he sort his feet out? No. Lovren, that had penalty written all over it. Didn't go in for the challenge in the end. Messi has got it. Messi, McAllister, Tagliafico, Fernandes. It's good from Argentina. McAllister. Keep the ball, lads. Paredes. DePaul. Molina down the right-hand side. Poor ball in. Easy one for Gvardiol. Can you paint my room, Ben? I can for the right price, David, but I won't do a very good job. I'll be terrible at painting. Do you know what? Shaylee's dad, he loves it. Painted this room. Very nice too. Legend. As the World Cup, Everton, the same 2 teams make back-to-back finals. Back-to-back finals, World Cup. I mean, the only team that's won it, so Brazil won twice in a row, didn't they? But they didn't have the same. Who was it? Sweden in 58 and was it Czechoslovakia in 62? Oh, here's Messi. Bit of space. Messi drives it near post. Good save. Just extra touch there, Messi. You felt he needed a quick touch close to him and go across the keeper there. Who am I to tell Messi where to put the bloody ball? But you know what I'm saying, don't you? Ooh. Oh, hang on a minute. Who did Argentina beat in the 86 final? Did they beat West Germany? In which case, the 86 final and the 1990 final were the same, weren't they? Can someone check that for me? Am I right about that? Were both 86 and 90 West Germany v Argentina in the final? Is that right? Crossed in. Oh, Kramaric knocks it back. Ugh. Just can't find any space there. Kovacic. In comes the cross from the left, headed out by Otamendi. Yes, there you go. So Argentina won 3-1 in 86. And West Germany won 1-0 in 1990. Bit of an Iniesta moment in that game, wasn't it? Andy Bramer had a penalty 10 minutes from it, and you kind of thought, right, this is it. This shot to win the World Cup. Same as when Iniesta went through for Spain. You're like, this is the moment. Oh, was it 3-2? Did Rudy Voller score right at the end, or Litbarski? I need to gen up on my World Cup knowledge. We need David Diamond, Richard. He'll tell you every scorer of every final ever. Messi closed down. Tagliafico, nice ball up the line. McAllister. How much has McAllister's value gone up during this World Cup? It's only 23, the Brighton player. Bit of a star, isn't he? Coming up the hour mark. Argentina controlling this fairly well. Croatia are pushing. Not really happening, is it? Voller is a great shout. Woof. Italy won back-to-back 34 and 30. And Uruguay, the two before that, if you count them. 1990 final, worst I've ever seen. Surely, Ian, it can't be as bad as the 94, which was 0-0 after extra time, wasn't it? To be honest, the Spain-Netherlands final was only entertaining because Netherlands obviously decided they couldn't get near Spain and they were just going to kick the crap out of them. Poor old Howard Webb trying to referee that game, wasn't he? Could have gone completely south. They probably lost their heads, didn't they, the Netherlands? Oh, a lovely little pivot there by Modric going down the left-hand side. Surely he's fouled by Paredes. If it's not the first one, the second one must be. Double foul there. Paredes just swiped there on Modric. Yeah, they've pulled it back for the first foul. Looked like another foul in there. There's Walter Samuel, everybody. Tough guy. He's not coming on. Be funny if he was. Paredes, who just committed that foul, is coming out. I don't think it's linked. In comes Lisandro Martinez. I wonder if they're going through at the back here then. Might well be going 3-5-2 here, Argentina. Third centre back going on. I'm trying to read Martinez hand signals there. They could be trying to lock this one up. For anyone who describes managers as defensive in international football. Oh, good free kick in Lovren. Oh, good goalkeeping. It's going to go loose. Oh, Kramaric. I was going to say, for anyone who describes certain international managers defensive, I refer you to every quarterfinal and semi-final knockout game in this tournament. There's another. It looks like, I swear there's another goal, or if not, a big chance for Argentina on the counter here. Here's Tagliafico. Martinez. Tagliafico. Oh, nice give and go. A little bit heavy, maybe, from Alvarez. Alvarez has got it back. Big switch. Excuse me. Headed down the line. Easily shaken off there. Yeah, just wouldn't fall for him there. Just showing a replay of the set play bouncing about. Petkovic on for Brozovic. Oh, I miss all of these now, don't I? It's amazing how efficiently teams make substitutions when they're losing. One player quickly runs off and the other on. When a team's winning, different matter, isn't it, hey? Stroll to the touchline. Take your time, hey? Modric just keeps going and going. Excellent sportsman. There are goals in this. Well, we will see. Argentina exerting a reasonable amount of control over it, I would suggest. De Paul. Yeah, so they have gone to a back three, Argentina. Lisandro Martinez, who's playing on the left-hand side of it. Otamendi in the middle of the three. Romero, which means Tagliafico is now a wing-back, as is Molina. They did start the last game against Netherlands in a back three, but it does seem get another defender on the pitch methodology in this game. Oh, lovely turn there by Vlasic. Messi has to pull him back. Clear foul by the goat-like Messi. Modric. Lovren. Gvardiol. It's up on the edge of the box now with Kramaric. Again, it's attack against defence lineup, but they've snapped in and won it back, and here comes another Argentinian counter-attack. This is just so obvious, the pattern of this game now. Alvarez down the left-hand side. He's got Tagliafico arriving. A bit of a ambitious ball across the box. The Pool's got it. Where the Pool's literally stopped running, stood still. Messi up to try and win the header in the middle, and Modric, brilliant bit of skill to knock it around his man and beat him. He knows the foul's coming. Stupid one by Alvarez. Scaloni, probably the Argentine manager. Doth protest too much there. That foul, we could all see that foul coming for about 10 minutes before it actually came, didn't we? Don't forget to hit a like button, guys, if you are enjoying the stream. Croatia trying to punch holes here in Argentina, just not able to do it at all, are they? Kovacic. Out on the left wing is Perisic. Kovacic, little slide in. Tried to knock it off there. Petkovic to Orsic. Nothing doing. Michael, welcome. Croatia never out of a game, never know when they're beaten. No, they'll keep going, but they just need a bit more quality at the moment, or a bit of luck, but you just, at the moment, famous last words, just don't see them scoring, do you? Just not slicing through the way they would need to. Getting a lot of men forward, having a lot of possession, 61% throughout the game, but it's 0.28 on the XG for the entire game. 0 shots on target for the Croats in this game, if I've read my statistics correctly. Have we all got our Moroccan shirts ready for tomorrow? Yeah, I don't want to get too emotionally invested in that one. I'll just be disappointed when the French win, won't I? But it would be incredible if Morocco got to the final. We did have South Korea in a semi-final in 2002, didn't we? Who did they lose to? Germany or Brazil? Which one? I'm trying to remember. Did Turkey get to the semi-final that year? Here is Kramaric, has it nicked off him by Fernandez. We'll throw in to the Argentines down the right-hand side. Molina launches it. Oh, away goes Messi. He's beaten Gvardiol. Messi dribbling forward. What a sight. Still holds on to the ball. Messi into the box. Oh, it's brilliant from Messi. Oh, it's just incredible. Oh, incredible from Messi. Wow. Down the right-hand side, he has just torn Gvardiol a new one there. It's a brilliant assist. He starts, he stops, he goes round him. He's into the box. They can't touch him. He cuts it back, and it's an absolute tap-in. Just standing ovation stuff from Messi. Just brilliant. He's 35, for God's sake. Look at this. Down the right wing. So he draws him in. This is Gvardiol, the hugely highly rated defender as well. Stops, starts, inside. Little drop of the shoulder. He's gone. You've lost him, mate. Can't touch him. Penalty, cut back. Goal. Messi. Ludicrous. Absolutely bloody ludicrous player. He's so strong. It's this turn here and he's done. He knows at that point he's done, Gvardiol, and he's just got to run with him. Alvarez taps it in for his second goal. It's all about Messi, though. And that is now 5 goals and 3 assists in the tournament. Argentina are 3-0 up. They are going through. Alvarez of Man City has 2 goals in the World Cup semi-final. He's on for the hat-trick. Messi, though, really has turned up, hasn't he, this World Cup? Just tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Goal, 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 goal. Rolling back the years. Gvardiol, not too shabby. No, he's going to go for lots of money, the 20-year-old Gvardiol, at some point. We did get another goal, too good. Brilliant stuff from Messi there. And we've had this situation so many times in this second half where it's been Croatia coming forward, quick little counter. That wasn't one of them. That was Messi up on the right wing kind of on his own, wasn't it? And he just, poor old Gvardiol, he just absolutely took him to school there, didn't he? Gvardiol would be wishing he just fouled him way out on the touchline, but he took him down the line and just... Yes. You know the rest. Excuse me. Yellow card for Otamendi. Smashes through the back of Petkovic there. Remember the yellow card amnesty in the quarter-final. So, well, there is a risk of Otamendi missing the final. If he gets himself booked again, he would, of course, miss the final. But goat, you say. Tremendous. Another sub for the Croats. Kramaric out. In comes Livaya. Working early tomorrow. There you go. Go and get some kit, Nat. I think this one's all done, my friend. Whether Messi wins the World Cup or not, he is the best. I mean, it's arguable. It's a debate. What a career, what a player, hey? He's most definitely in the conversation. Perisic smashes a free kick in from absolutely miles out there. Brazil would have been a better contest. Yeah, I had this down as Brazil-Argentina in the semi. Didn't happen. What is my prediction for tomorrow? I would love to see the Moroccans win, but I suspect we will see the French having too much for them, sadly. Not sadly for the French. Good luck to them. Just a bit annoying. You'd have fancied England against Morocco. Anyway, we're not going to talk about England tonight, are we? Move on. Championship's back. Premier League will be back soon as well. Another sub. Is this for the Croats? No, it's just Vlasic, excuse me, trotting back towards halfway. We are going to get an Argentinian sub. I think it's Palacios is going to join us. Rodrigo de Paul is stepping out. So I assume he's going to sit in a three-man midfield now. And in an even more pronounced way, do what they've been doing already. Just sit back, absorb, counter, and it's worked. 2-0 at halftime. Now 3-0 up the Argentines. Alvarez out. There will be no hat-trick, but he will most certainly start in the final. Dybala on. Really got any strikers on, have they? If you class Dybala as, an attacking midfielder. Well, it looks like he's gone up top. They've got Messi. They don't need any forwards, do they? Livaja. Nice feet in the left-back area there. Ivanovic down the line. Hoofed up in the air there by Martinez of Manchester United. David, too kind. I'd love to be able to drink to you, but it's all gone. Down the hatch. Shot driven in from Perisic over on the left wing. We are in proper Hail Mary mode now, trying to shoot from there. It's ridiculous. Terrible shot as well. Imagine if we'd had a young Terry Venables as Southgate's number 2. Yeah. Interested to know Steve Holland's outlook. Dybala's barely played for them this tournament. Shows the squad depth. Yeah. Goal kick then. Argentina. Martinez is going to take this long. They're trying to get up the pitch. All the Argentinian fans are trying to get on the big jumbotron in the ground. Ivanovic inside. They've won it back high up again, Argentina. McAllister. Tagliafico. McAllister. Dybala. Croatia can't get the ball at the moment. Yes, they can. As soon as I say that, of course. But Petkovic has given it away. And yeah, they've done a really good job in the second half, Argentina. Croatia did try and push on, didn't they? And Argentina sat, absorbed, countered, scored again. Okay. Rare old bit of skill for the second goal, but the job's been a good one, hasn't it? Perisic hoiked into the middle. Oh, he didn't need to header that, Martinez, but I think he's going to get away with it. Romero keeps it in and clears down the line. Argentina are 13 minutes from the World Cup final. They are 3-0 up. Croatia look done, don't they? Looking at the body language now. They'd probably shake hands on 3-0 right now, wouldn't they? They'll keep going, of course, but Argentina have given them nothing. No shots on target by the look of it. Unless that's my app crashing. Now they're in the box here, though. Perisic tries the curler to the far post. I think I meant to say Orsic tries the curler to the far post there. Either way, not a good shot. Messi has one hand on the cup. A big game mentality and certainly had his hand on a few trophies, hasn't he? That's the end of Modric, Perisic, and Lovren. At international level, you never know. The Euros aren't that far away, but you would imagine now might be the time to go. Modric, Lovren, Kovacic, Lovren. Gvardiol. Modric. Bit of space for Modric now. Argentina, everyone behind the ball. Except Messi. Palacios tries to win it back. It's out with Modric 30 yards from goal. His tries to sort of switch the play out to the left wing, but no good. That's a great shout. As Alvarez got 4 goals now. He can go on the ticker if he has, can't he? We said it would take someone scoring 4 or 5 in the last 2 games to get on there. He definitely got 4. Woof. On he goes. Julian Alvarez. Lovren. Modric. We are inside 10 minutes from full time now. And Argentina can chill out before Sunday. And they'll find out who they're going to be facing tomorrow. France versus Morocco. And out comes Luka Modric. If that is the last game, get your round of applause in. If he is done, what a career, what a player. Modric steps out, maybe for the last time. High fives the whole team. Keeping his emotions fairly well in check. That could be it for the great Luka Modric. Messi. Give and go. Tagliafico. Martinez, Argentina just knocking the ball about amongst the back three. Impressive from Croatia, a population of 4 million. Uruguay's the one, isn't it? 3.5 million and 2 World Cups. Some people say 4. I disagree with that, but each to their own, hey? What a player. Modric has been. Credit where credit's due. One hell of a player, yeah. Croatia done great. Tiny nation, massive players. Damn right. And what it does go to prove about international football is if you have good central midfielders, and this is the contention I've had with England for many, many years, And I did not have this contention on Saturday night because England were bosses of central midfield, weren't they? You can run games. There's a chance for 4-0. Oh, it should have been 4-0. McAllister gets clipped through. He's on the volley with the right foot. It's a nice, clever early free kick. Scooped in. Should hit the target there, shouldn't he? He's just leaning away a little bit, stretching for it. Can't quite get his technique right. Yeah, I think in international football, if you're going to have good players, obviously you want goal scorers, but with knockout football the way it is, central midfielders are such a help, aren't they? And just with Modric and Rakitic, Brozovic, Kovacic now as well, they've had some real quality central midfielders, haven't they? Are Argentina going to score again on the counter-attack? I wonder. They're moving the ball with such confidence, aren't they? Down the line it goes. They're not really getting anyone into the box here. Croatia have already got everybody back. Palacios trying to run all the way through, like Alvarez did in the first half. Nothing doing. Perisic knocks that forward. Petkovic off to Orsic. Little knock inside. Nice tackle, though, and they've won it back. And that's been the problem for Croatia the entire second half. They've pushed and they've tried to find their way into space up in the penalty box, and it's just bounced back. They've defended well, haven't they? Say what you like about Otamendi. No one's got past him yet, have they? The substitute who came on for Modric, by the way, sorry, I was too busy thinking this might be the last time we see Modric playing for Croatia. Maya came on. Perisic crosses to the near post, loops up. Tagliafico has to come and cover from left wing back and header that one out. It's going to be a corner. He's trying to get push in the back there, but he just jumped too early, frankly, was the truth. That was why his balance was all out of kilter. Maya with the corner. And it comes. Oh, nice flick on. Oh, how have they not scored? It looked like I was actually begging to just be tapped in on the near post there. Dan Lovren was there. Perisic, little flick header. Perfect job. Lovren goes with his right foot there. What's he doing? It's a tapping with the left foot, isn't it? Didn't want to take it. $85 up, and we're going to get a last batch of subs from the Argentines. Foyth is coming on. We definitely saw him. Probably could have headed it. Anything other than trying to swing his body round and take it with his right foot, I think. McAllister comes off. Well played, son. Plays for Brighton, for God's sakes. Good player. Very good player. Molina is also coming out. So it's going to be Foyth and Correa coming on. Argentina just putting fresh legs in, frankly. Messi's career show reel. Yeah, that'd be an editing job. Get that down to 10 minutes, yeah? Yeah, England-Argentina would have been interesting in the final, especially with Messi showing great capabilities. Would have been nice to have been there, though, wouldn't it? Foyth, ex-Tottenham. Some big Tottenham links in this game, haven't there? Perisic, obviously. Modric used to play for Tottenham. Romero as well. 86-32. It's pretty much dead as a contest. That third goal absolutely killed it dead. And I think the nature of the goal, the way that Messi left for dead, basically, Gvardiol, just completely symbolic gesture that, wasn't it? How Brighton able to sign players of that quality? Well, Maybe, Michael, he wasn't that quality when he signed for them, and they've developed them. That's the truth, isn't it? But yeah, Caicedo apparently is even better. But yeah, great recruitment at Brighton. The mother of all hoofs there, up into the sky. Right into the corner, actually. And Gvardiol is going to try and get over his PTSD after being taken to school by Messi. Juranovic tries to knock it into the front. Oh, Argentina, lovely stuff. 3 give and goes in a row there. As much as I love Messi, probably could have come off with the last batch of subs, couldn't he? I think his kind of focus has gone now on this from this game, hasn't it? It's all about the final now for Messi. Can he win the World Cup? Maya, lovely flick. Kovacic drives. Oh, lovely feet by Petkovic. What a goal this will be. They're still going. Maya forward. Drills the shot. Takes a deflection. That would have been one of the goals of the tournament if he'd smacked that in the top corner. Oh, good point. Has anyone seen President Infantino? I normally like at least 15 seconds of him in minute 5 of the game. He's normally on his phone, looking pretty bored, having watched 59 football matches in the last 4 weeks or whatever. Exactly. Definitely something missing. There you go. Picked him up before he was expensive, didn't they, McAllister? Brilliant. Spending that Premier League TV money very wisely, Brighton. Martinez. Ref says play on. He was fouled though, wasn't he? Tagliafico. Croatia just losing their heads a little bit here. The few very stiff tackles going in. And frustrated tackles, moreover. Fernandez to Palacios. We've got 15 seconds of normal time. I'm guessing should be quite light on stoppage time. 5? At a guess, we'll find out in 9 seconds' time. Livaya. Perfectly decent ball down the left-hand side. Miscontrolled. And after 3, everybody, that sums up Croatia's day, doesn't it? Just second best today. Even contest until the first goal, but what help is that to anybody? Even contest, concede the first goal, and then you're done. So, yeah, not the best. 5 minutes stoppage time. McAllister, target for Chelsea in January. I thought Gvardiol was as well, from what I'd read. Brighton seem to go from strength to strength each season. Yeah, very good. Little floaty cross in. Nice gather by Martinez. Hits the deck. We have played 1 minute of minimum stoppage time. Look at those Argentinian fans. They love it, don't they? The players on the bench are joining in with the chants as well. Brilliant stuff. They know they're about to go to the World Cup final. The staff are all having a good laugh as well. Argentina 3, Croatia 0. 3.5 minutes of stoppage time remaining. It's all a formality now. And Leo Messi is going to get a second chance at a World Cup final. Maya tries to slip it through. He's won it back. He'll have some big shoes to fill if it's Modric's position he's going to take on full time. Here's Gvardiol. Oh, nice back heel. In comes the cross to the back stick, headed out by Tagliafico. Disrespectful to the Croatians. Unnecessary besmirchment. Oh, I don't know if I can remember that one, Adam. Keyboards aren't turned on anyway. In it goes, near post. Cleared away, 92-40. On the clock. It was a Messi penalty. Alvarez barging his way through for the second. Ran the ball from inside his own half. Fired over by Vlasic there. And a brilliant assist from Messi for the third goal. You've got to love this Argentinian bench joining in with all the chants from the fans there. It's going to go off when this full-time whistle goes. There is Luka Modric, who's obviously feeling very differently about all of this. Could be the last 90 seconds of his international career. He's on the bench now. Big clearance by Martinez. About 90 seconds of minimum stoppage time to go. We're just dotting the I's and crossing the T's now. Argentina just sitting 10 behind the ball here. The game's pretty much at jogging pace. Perisic. Little knock inside. Given away. Argentina will break, and this will probably be the last phase of play of the game. Foyth is trying to get down the right-hand side. He's beating Gvardiol as well. You're going to win a corner. No, holds it up. One back by the Croats, but 30 seconds to play. Maya is driving forward. Can they end with a goal, Croatia? Not really showing any signs they're going to. Flip to the edge of the box. Driven shot way over the bar. And that's that. We have played the 5 minutes minimum stoppage time. And I think the whistle might have gone. Big smile from Leo Messi. Luka Modric is on the screen now. He may be finished his brilliant career at international level with Croatia. But Argentina will be heading to the World Cup final. 3-0. Alvarez with 2. Messi from the spot now. And that is Argentina through. They will be playing either Morocco or France. We will find out tomorrow. I did have Argentina in the final playing Portugal in my pre-tournament predictions for what it's worth. Not quite the way it has panned out. But Argentina are through. Will we get the Messi versus Mbappe final? Or will Morocco pull off the shock of all shocks? Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for the super chats, the thumbs up, the comments all night. It's always great to watch football with you lot. I'm going to attempt to slip away now, but we will, of course, be back tomorrow night for France versus Morocco. Can they do it? Can they do it? We will see. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you say nice things, I will click them up now. But I do want to go and watch TV. Not like I've watched TV for the last 2 hours, but you know what I mean. I will flash them up now. Rich, I'll speak to you soon. Bladesman, legend, good comments. Mike, legend. Ian, legend. Thank you, you lot in the chat. Argentina are through. I'm going to call it there we'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully, for France versus Morocco. Well played, Argentina. Over and out.